How's it going, folks? My name is Matthew, aka EZBOT, and we're back for another episode of Electron Talk. We got a jam going on here. Let's drop into that really quick. Today's live stream is sponsored by our lovely friends DistroKid. DistroKid is an online music distribution platform that'll get your music out to every platform. It's really cheap, it's easy to use, I highly recommend it. It's a lovely summer day, isn't it? I've just been putting everything I can find into my Digitakt 2. Now that we have so much space for samples, everything goes. Everything. So what we're going to do today is we are going to play with a sample pack that I just made, that I made with my Prophet 5. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And we're going to sample from the Push 3 into the Digitakt. We're going to start some music from scratch. I just want to start it off with a bit of a jam because it gets me motivated. This is some music that I'm still working on, but is pretty much ready. I've played it at a couple of shows. I'm just quickly going through it right now to get the blood flowing. We're about to crack that bubbly, brother. Check this out. It's an octave track. This was a gift from somebody I was working with. I hope they see this episode. I'm surprised how well these things work for keeping your drinks cool. All right, there we go. That's the great way to start a stream. I should always start streams with like a initial jam just to get me, I don't know, get me amped. I've had a bunch of espresso, as I tend to do early in the mornings on stream day, because we do the streams every Tuesday. I try to start around 12. Today we started a little bit later. I wanted to go outside and walk the dog a little bit. And I did that, and it was nice. And, you know, my dog does this thing where it jumps in the grass on the hills and just slides down on its back. She does it all the time. Good dog, right? That's what we want our dogs to do. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, it would be cool to have a cozy like that for Modbang merch. Okay, so everything goes into the Digitakt 2. Everything in the studio. And we're going to go to a new bank here. I'm going to go to bank 6. Pattern 1 I started already, which was doing some like rumble bass stuff. Rumble techno. Not what we're doing today. We're not doing rumble techno. So we're actually going to go to pattern 5, which I know is completely blank and I created this sample pack. I worked on it for like a week. It took a while. I own a Prophet 5 Rev 4, and I don't touch it very often because it's on the other side of the studio, and I'm a bit of a groove box guy. So I've been, you know, I've been ignoring it, so to speak. Is it distracting to have the chat overlay? I haven't had the chat overlay turned on during the streams. Maybe it's distracting. I can actually move it too. Like maybe it should be in the corner more. That's better. We'll see. It's always a work in progress here in the EZBOT studio. Whoa, whoops. Look at that. That's good. I didn't realize that the MIDI channel was set to the same channel. Oh, okay, good. Great. Good. Great. Awesome. Okay. So I have some cool stuff. We got Push 3 is running into Digitakt 2 right now. And what's so sick about that is this. Check this out. We've got Auo-Shift with chord variations. Doesn't that sound good? What am I, Bon Iver? Up in the woods. No, that's the wrong key. Oh, that sounded whack. Up in the woods, out on my mind. Bon Iver, come on, let's go. So this is sick. And what this is let me get off of it really quick. Let me explain what that is. That's the new Auo-Shift, which is now actually works in the Push 3, making my Push 3 starting to feel like it's worth the money I spent on it, which was a lot of money. I'm starting to get some cool stuff out of it. We're actually going to be sampling a lot from the Push 3. We're going to sample some atmospheres first, some textures into the Digitakt 2, and we're going to use that as the bed to get our track started. So we're going to be playing over here a little bit. It's just going to be in the corner doing its thing. And then we're also going to sample some Auo-Shift, and I'll talk about a little bit what's going on in the Auo-Shift. There is 4 Auo-Shifts running in a single patch, and there's a macro set up for it. As you can see, I can adjust the pitch. Hello. And this is changing for all of the Auo-Shifts. Or this is Auo-Shift 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one that you can't see out of the screen. This is a macro. And now you can do macros on the Push 3. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. This one was made by Femto, this patch, and he made it for me really quick because I don't know. He just sent it to me, and I was like, sick, thanks. And so I'm using it, and I'm going to make a new version of it that's got controls, more controls for stuff that is particular to my sound palette. Anyhow, I think it sounds really nice. It's got a vibrato. Okay, stupid. But anyway, we're going to sample that. It locks to the key that you have set on your Push 3, which I think is pretty cool. I love it. So basically, I have all of the tools of Ableton in this battery-powered box. I can disconnect it, go over here, do stuff. I'm actually really becoming fond of my Push 3. I'm glad I didn't get too pissed off and sell it early on. But I'm sampling it into the Digitakt. Prophet 5 into the Digitakt. Soon, modular into the Digitakt as I rebuilt my modular case, which we'll talk about that some other day. We'll get into that. Haven't sold all my modular. I still have so much modular. And it's just been sitting around, but I really want to start using it again. I'm feeling a little bit more inspired to play with modular. Kind of want to invest a bit more into IntelliGel, which is initially what I invested most of my modular finances into, was IntelliGel modules. And then I kind of split off into getting just random stuff here and there. I guess it's mostly like Make Noise, IntelliGel, and Qubit at this point. But I want to go further into IntelliGel, maybe grab an Atlantics, a Tangrams, and a C-Legs, throw that in a case, and just have a nice modular voice with a bunch of effects at the top row and a Metroplex to control it. That's my idea. That's a segue from what we're talking about here. But that's going to be stuff that I want to sample into my Digitakt 2, because Digitakt 2 is sick. I love it. It continues to be my favorite music production device in terms of like its sound quality. I'm not going to lie, I've been playing on my M8 more than I have any other piece of gear in my studio right now. Partly because all these updates are just coming from it just so quickly. And I can like play a video game and the M8 kind of at the same time. Like if you're playing a game where you have to queue up into another game, which is the kind of games I like to play, competitive games. In between queuing up into games, I play the M8. Or if I'm playing like, say, like Elden Ring DLC and I just get wiped, over and over, and I get really pissed to the point where I'm like, I'm going to turn it off. Instead, I play my M8. That's kind of what's been going on. That's a very realistic truth. You're getting some true insight here into what actually happens in the studio. Shank is using the Push 3 these days. Nice. Yeah, I mean, Shank is the best. Shank is my inspiration. That's who got me into Electron. Without a doubt. Hands down. All praise Shank. I think it's dope. I think Shank is dope. Dataline's music. Absolutely love Dataline. So anyhow, let's get started with it. I'm going to load up I think a MIDI track. Yeah. And we're going to go into the packs, I believe is what I want. Maybe we check out the drone lab first. Instruments. Harmonic drone generator. Maybe laboratory's got some stuff. This is why I like Push 3. It's just got stuff to get you started, you know? I kind of feel like making something a little bit more on the chill side. This sounds a little Radiohead-ish. What's the next pad do? Like what? This would take several Eurorack modules to make, and it probably would sound a lot dirtier. This is very clean. Forks? I don't know. This might not be the one. Let's see. It's a bit heavy. Back into packs. Something I did want to look at, maybe we could look at this really quick. Chromatic voices. Vocal percussion? The heck? Choral voices. This is still doing the drone, even though I just switched it. DMT? That makes sense. Okay, get out of here. Beat it. We got lost there for a second. We're trying. There's a lot of stuff we got to do here. This is a beta firmware on Push 3, so who knows what's going to happen next. Nobody knows. X. I liked the voice box. I really loved this orchestral thing here. Like, this sounds just bonkers. So we could try and build a texture out of it. Let's see if it loads. Right now it's... There we go. Does Push 3 have the same rubber turns that glue after some time? I don't think so. Make it chill, elbow cough. Some nice sounds there. So it's like, this is so expressive. It's like, I just want to sit here and play with that now, but that's not the point. I want to sample some stuff. This sounds good. Maybe we start another MIDI track and get something else. We'll just leave that instrument there. What's in the packs? Or no, yeah, let's go back to packs. There's some really good, maybe it's not in the drone one. I thought it was in the drone one. I'm pretty sure it is in the drone lab. Let's see. Instruments, evolving bass, guitar, laboratory. Maybe not there. Oh, this is what we want. Pads. Captain's log. Now, let's see if these are like actually in tune with anything here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a couple things from my sample pack. And you'll get to hear how this sounds. Let's one shots. Let's go to bank B. And let's load up some sounds. Prophet 5 sample chains. So I made a sample chains pack of the Prophet 5. Has the first 40 presets of the Prophet 5 at 4 different octaves per sample. And you move through them with the slice machine. That sounds nice. Let's see. Fantastic 5 is the name of this chain. It's the name of this. It's the name of the preset. And what you do is you turn it into a grid machine. You set the grid to 4 slices, and then you choose your slice. Each slice is an octave. Go into your keyboard mode, and then we want to go Shift Global Channel, right? Or set up Global Channel. Global Channel, and I want 1, 5, enter. I actually don't want MIDI going to this right now, so let's just unplug that MIDI port. If I change the slice, it goes up an octave. So you get higher fidelity samples for different octave ranges. So if you want it to be a bass note, you want to play a lower octave range on your actual keyboard. But you can also experiment with like stretching the fidelity out, and it'll make the sample play for longer. Just give this a bunch of like reverb. Let's also edit that reverb so it sounds good. And the ping pong. Ping pong delay. Let's go to the reverb. Sounds like this is totally in key. Even if it is quite loud. Sounds nice. Let's sample it. Let's just start with this, because it really does sound good. What's Outer World do? Okay, we'll sample the inputs in left and right. We want to sample in stereo. We don't need a record length. Let's just leave it on max. I'll just decide when it's done sampling. We'll hit arm. I'm so used to hitting yes to arm. Still from Digitakt 1. And it's armed. Sounds like that might be in a completely different key. God only knows. All right, no idea what's going on. That sounds pretty sick. I just love that we can sample in stereo at 4824. Such a huge improvement. Okay. I don't think I need all of this, so I'll trim a bit of this. I'll just take that first beginning part, and we'll just call it Atmos Push. Because I don't really know what to call it. I don't know what that is. And we'll assign it to track 8. Okay, let's take a look at this. Track 8. And just put down a trigger. What do we think of that so far? Let's change this master length per track. I like working in, well, we can keep it as something short for now. Let's make the change, the reset length 128, because I am going to make this a 8-bar track no matter what. Should I get rid of that? Yeah, I don't need that in the buffer anymore. Let's go over here. Make this louder. That sounds awesome. They actually work really well together. Just putting that trigger down. This is a good way to start our track up. Okay. And again, this is the Prophet 5 sample pack I made, which you can pick up on my Patreon. So if you are a Patreon, you should grab it. Let's just kind of like record some diddly doos, just some stuff. Just Whoops, just some notes. Just play with some notes. Let's see what this sounds like if we go up an octave. This is how a sample chain works. There's actually 4 individual samples that I sampled, and I quantized them, stuck them together into one sample, and you can jump around the sample. And it doesn't have any repitching issues this way. I liked the low stuff though. Gotta stay on this. I think we'll just stick with this and start putting a beat behind it. Screwed that up for sure. Let's switch the timing. It's so cool. It lights up, lets you know the micro timing is there. Like these little things, they really add up to something great, you know? Is that in the right spot? No, I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be here. This is supposed to be here. Actually might sound better if we'll move these hits around once we get some like percussion going. Maybe we should speed this up. Or should we slow it down? Okay, let's get a consensus on this. Do we want to speed the tempo up or slow the tempo down? Right now we're at the base tempo of 120, right? The default tempo. Do we want it to go faster or even slower and play in more of that, I want to say shoegazy vibe, but that's probably the wrong word. Just slower stuff? I don't know. We're not making techno. We're not making tech house. And we're not making dub or anything like that. Speed it up. We have one for speed it up. Put this over here. All right. 150. I mean, I'm hearing that kind of beat behind it. Hey, whoa, wait a second. Did not mean to hit that note, for one. Also, what did I just give 128 step? Oh, the snare, okay. Or the clap or whatever. Okay, go back. We want 128 here. God damn it. Get out of here. Back. Okay. So I'm doing live record, triggering live record, then hitting play on my Octatrack, and that's telling everything to play at once and still keep it in live record. So now I can do some of that, actually, that good stuff. We gotta redo that. Clear the kick, clear this. Could be good to have like just a little something ticking in the background. Maybe not that. Just use this. We'll get rid of these in a second. We'll use it like a metronome. Could use the actual metronome. I want to get some more melodic elements in here because I'm really feeling this like melodic vibe. We're gonna change the drum sounds. These are the default drum sounds. We got a weird stuttery drum here. Maybe we quantize it a bit. Oh, it's 6. That sucks. 6 sucks. Wait, let's just go to 6 really quick. Go right past it. X. That sounds nice. Where was that? Is it? I think we should have put a trig condition on this last kick. We already were in the right page. On this last kick, so it doesn't always happen. Whoops. Make it 1 of 2. So second one, it doesn't happen. So on bar 16, no kick at the end. I think that's fair. I don't know if I like this chat overlay there. I took it away for a reason before. All right, let's go to another Prophet 5 sound. Back to the sample chains. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite patches on the Prophet 5. So I'm stoked to have it here. Put it into the grid machine. It's already set to 4. Let's just play with a bunch of stuff, but we're gonna resample this whole track. You could definitely make some awesome acid lines with some one-shot samples. For sure. I don't know if this song calls for that, but actually I bet you some 303 would sound sick on this. I'm not gonna use samples for it, I'm gonna use actual 303 type device here. Which I think is on 11. I don't know why that's doing any delay. We're kind of stuck in C major, or A minor, whatever you want to call it, because this drone pad was in C. I couldn't find a way to not have it play C, but whatever. A key's a key, right? It's all the same. Maybe when we're resampling, not all the same, but it's all the same in terms of, you know, it's just a shifting of the notes. You could have like a cool little acid line here. We can give them slides by having the note triggers go a little longer. And we want it to be set to we wanted the note length set to 30-second notes because that's really effective on the 303, and that's what the default gate length is on the 303. So right now we're just building a bunch of elements, and then we'll decide, you know, how much of each one to actually keep around in our track. These Prophet 5 sample sounds, they turned out really good. Right now I kind of feel like I want to hear a straight beat, but we need to change this sample. And I might chop up like a break or something. So I think that could sound pretty cool here. Oops. No, we can't. That's kind of a cool sound. Give it some space. Let's move it to the left a little bit. Let's start like really simple here. Let's just start with the offbeat. Or even a straight beat. Funny how on that sounds like it's on the one. Yeah, I think like if this built up, like we could build it up with something like use performance template stuff. And then bring the 303 in like that. But bring it in with like a rolling hat or something. I guess we need to, we could be in A minor. Go back to Auo-Shift. Now, my voice should be in A minor, which is, you know, the relative key to C major, which is what we've been forced to play in. Got these different variations that we can do. Let's do one at a time. Octave and vibrato. Vibrato. Damn. That sounds really good. We have some grain delay. Random. Oh, random sounds bad. Spray. That sounds so goofy. Now we just need some sort of something to say. Now we can make, this is dope, check this out. So we can make a variation with these settings. We hold select. Now you can't see this, but if I hold select on my push 3 and turn the big encoder, this variation thing pops up and you just hit add variation. And look, now we have a 4th variation in here. Freaking cool. Now we're in that 4th variation. Yeah. Here's another, and another, and another. Here's another. Alright, I just need to play around with this. Forgive me, I'm gonna be saying nonsense. Forgive me, I'm saying nonsense, nonsense. I could also plug this MIDI controller back in. I think. Will that? No, okay. That requires a whole bunch of setup. Variation 4, variation 3, variation 3. Just a bunch of formant type sounds. Some weird stuff in there. That little part right there, that's pretty groovy. Was this whole section kind of cool? That little end part was. We'll just keep that whole section. Box chops. Shit. And we'll put you on. Damn it. Because this is my old Digitakt 1 project, all of these machines are by default set up as MIDI machines, which is frustrating. We'll put you on 5 for now. Oh, this is sick. So check us out. Check this idea out. Do I need to change that? So maybe on page 1. That's kind of cool. Okay, so the idea that popped in my head right now is wait. Randomly trying things? Yes, we're trying different. Yeah, we're randomly trying things. Absolutely. Trying to see where I like this clap to be. Okay, so the idea that I have right now is that we can either bring in the 303 or bring in the vocal chops. And then we can like fluctuate between the vocal chops and the 303. But not have them go at like the same time. Yeah, I dig that, like, switching between the two. And one thing I really like is that when you're in the mute mode now, that you can queue up these changes. So we could, like, literally switch them out like this. Be nice to add, like, a straight hat here. That's kind of cool, like, have that pop in and out when we want to. I mean, yeah, we can have you leave. There you go. Yeah, I like that little combo right there. No, it's the internet. This stuff happens on the internet. There's been much worse critics in the chat before. I've been doing this a long time. I've got thick skin. Okay, so I do like the switch between these two. I think the vocal's a little loud. And we can do this thing where we queue it up. We could use a performance effect, do like a nice build up. I really do like that, like the switch between the two. I don't know what he's mad about. I don't think this has been like misinformation, but yeah, we're here to hang. This is our weekly hangout where we make tunes and talk gear. It's okay though. We, you know, can't have the sweet without the sour, right? That's life. Okay. Let's see. I think having the chat overlay on here is not something I like. I think I like it better in here. When we're here. This is where I like it, where we can actually talk. Yeah. We got to kill it on this side too. Even though I kind of like, it does look good on this side. I'll work on it. Decide how I want to have it. It needs some sort of background. It's hard to read the text there. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking it too. Like, I need to figure out what do I want to do. Do I want to go like... and then like build up to something with... I usually go to like a much harder energy vibe. I think like maybe like a piano sound would actually sound really good here. And it's kind of funny, the text just goes right through the subfolders here. That's not very helpful. Oh, I know what I need. I need like a little click. Little... got something quick like that going. In fact, we can load a bunch of these little clicks. Oh, wait a second. Trying to see if anything was using slot 7, because I just replaced it. Sounds like nothing was using that slot, so I think I can keep doing it. But we need more, we need to get more slots going. Let's go to the sample loader. We'll go to the plus drive. Yeah. And let's go to clicks. I love like little Foley clicks like these. These sounds are so good. That was a good one. All right, let's load these to the project. And now I can kind of just like replace these with those. And they should be in bank B. And now we can kind of just replace these all here. In fact, if I copy that, then it will be faster to do it. And then copy that and go here. Copy that and go here. Copy, paste that here, and go here. Let's hear how this sounds. Now we have something that's got a bit more energy behind it. Now we can build up to this. Did this whole thing just get detuned, half a semitone? I thought the update fixed that. Yeah, it totally got detuned. Hang on a second. Let's just save this and reboot it. This is a bug that didn't get addressed in the Digitakt 2 update, unfortunately. Which is such a bummer. Let's see. Oh, sounds like it didn't fix it. Hang on, let's clear this out really quick. We can always go like that. So let's just clear it really fast. I want to hear it. We should also give this some swing, right? No, I don't want to use the metronome. Which means we have to give this some swing. Okay, so now we can kind of like build up to this. We had a 303, but for whatever reason, the note programming got weird. You know what part of the reason is? Let's see, if CC, we want this to be CC 102, because that's the slide. And then go back here. Oh, we gotta be in the stupid mute mode. Maybe the really quick clicks should go with the 303 and not with the voice. It's, you know, it's fun to like to play with like the really heavily melodic stuff like this, because it's just, I don't know, there's just more sounds to play with, I think, or it's just easier to just enjoy the sounds that you're playing with, like especially with a keyboard and something like the push. And also, I didn't think I was going to use 303 at all, but it actually sounds pretty cool with this. Coming from what I was working on earlier, let's take a little detour. What I was working on earlier was the transition between this like techno, tech housey type track, which goes into this like, there's a transition that happens to bring it into this. And this goes really hard in a live setting. It's like in big speakers. Oh my god, it's so huge. So what I was doing is pairing this sound with the snare. So we go from this clap and go into something like this. What's really fun is doing the low pass filter with a drum fill. Something I used to do a lot that I kind of forgot how much I liked. You like slowly fade down. So like we wouldn't have this in it. Or this maybe. Or we'd go down to a low pass filter. And then start bringing it back up with some drum fills. Which of course is best if you have like a crash cymbal that's a part of the fill that starts on the one. Look, Mom, no hands. But I think that went really well. So I went from designing something that was a lot harder early this morning before I started the stream to working on this. Much more friendly melodic situation here. What I have noticed on the Digitakt is like when you have the volume mixer, it doesn't adhere to the pattern changes. Like you have to like adjust it often to have it like actually catch the values that you want for it. wondering. Make this a little longer. So we wanted to do the other way around, so we go like this. The vocal sample, have it in, that's stupid mute mode. So we're gonna take this out, bring this in, and this in. The Redux actually sounds pretty cool on there. If you feel like you need a second 303, you should get one. Loving the process? Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you for the Patreon support. First time catching a live stream and you've been on the Patreon? Wow. I do these like once to twice a week too. Welcome. Happy to have you here. You missed a really friendly viewer earlier who was having a real nice time. 303 is so punchy, and I do have it running into this, the Empress bass compressor, which is not... There you go. So you can really hear it doing a lot of work when I do that. This way it really just very sharp and it cuts through really well. There's a whole This is something to talk about. I don't know how many people live with someone else, right? I don't know if you live by yourself or if you live with your partner or whatever. And if they're not a musician and you're a musician, there is this thing that happens to them a type of torture that you do to them where you have the same loop going for hours and hours, sometimes days, even days of the same loop. And, I don't feel very guilty about it because sometimes the music's really good and that loop is really worth listening to. But at other times you're like trying to like finesse something that just doesn't fit. And maybe that loop is going for hours and hours and you got speakers pumping and they're just kind enough to let you keep going. That's kind of what I do to you on stream. Just kind enough to let me just keep going with the same loop. Because we're on the very first pattern still. YouTube R belong. What up, Ron? Hey, Ron's here. We like Ron. Friendly viewer, what did I miss? You just missed somebody who was just having a bad day, I think. I imagine. And they were sharing their bad day. It's a tough life. She loves everything. Posts to YouTube constantly, even if it's not remotely ready. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, some of us are quite lucky to have somebody who's just like, it's great. I love it. But it's also like, I do want critical feedback. That's hard to get. It's hard to find people that are willing to give you critical feedback. It's just like, it's a lot of, like, sometimes you'll have a kind of relationship or friendship with people that are just afraid to tell you what they're really thinking. And so like they'll talk about it to someone else and then you hear about it later. That sucks. Critical feedback is direct, honest, and without malice. It's just good. It's good stuff. Actually, a really short story. There was this person who posted a comment on one of my live streams, and I'm doing the opposite of what he said in his comment already because we're just doing these live streams are long. But his comment was essentially about, having the streams not be so long or something because it was just too long for him to ingest. But he had more to say to that. It was actually a really, really well thought out comment. It was very long. It was, a long comment. And they deleted the comment, but I still see comments. If you post them and they get deleted, I still get to read them. I just don't get to respond to you. So I still know what you said. It is what it is. YouTube lets me know. And so I had to like find this person after they deleted their comment, and I did after a little bit of search, and I went to their YouTube channel, which they happen to have a channel, and they had a couple videos posted. It was some jam vids and stuff like that, and I commented on their video thanking them for their lovely comment because it really was a really well thought out critical comment. It was critical feedback. It wasn't, just like, hey, I love your channel so much and I love what you do, blah, 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 which I love to get. We all love, getting positive feedback. Like that's, we're hungry for that as human beings, but like, I'm also hungry to be better, and better at what I do, which kind of brings us back to, the loop is strong, let it roll. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Which brings me back to our sad viewer earlier, who was definitely having a hard time. Not giving just frustrated feedback, and not feedback, I guess. Maybe having a feedback loop of their own. But it's good. It's good to get critical feedback. The space for it needs to be created. You need to invite that feedback. When people give critical feedback and you're not inviting it, it's just negative feedback, right? And nobody wants that. Basically, that destroys the relationship you have with that person, or puts a roadblock in between it. You're not going to listen to them any further because you haven't invited it. So you do have to create like a safe space for that. And I like to have this be that space for me sometimes. Most of the time, I'm down. Like, give me critical feedback. I'm cool with it. I will tell you when I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like very clear about it, that I don't want critical feedback on this because it's, it's personal to me and I like what I'm doing. But like right now, totally open to it. Absolutely. Bring it on. I'm all good with it because I'm experimenting. We're making this like beautiful thing. We started with this atmosphere from the Push 3. We sampled some like weird vocal stuff using the Auo-Shift that's new to the Push 3 Beta on standalone. We got a little 303 with the TB. I did pick up one of these. Which in my opinion sounds better than the TB03. It doesn't have some of the features that the TB03 has. Whoa, I just tried to plug that into audio output jack. It's got a couple things that makes me a little wary of like switching this from this, but I figure I'll keep it with the Dirty Wave M8 and go from there. Hello from Austria. What's up, Make? Sometimes people aren't asking for actual feedback, they're asking for validation. Both validation and feedback are good, but they have their time and place. I agree with you, Femto. Yes, totally agree. I get some good critical feedback at my show last Saturday. Nice. That's cool. What's up, Michael? Sorry I missed your show. You know, I have a bunch of shows coming up, and when I have a bunch of shows coming up, I don't want to go to shows. Like, I feel like I'm going to get all my shows in, and so I don't, it's just hard to want to go into a loud environment when I know I'm definitely going to be in loud environments. That's just me. But I also go to at least one show every month because of the shows that we put on here in Seattle. If you were to remove Octatrack, would you be able to perform live with just Digitakt 2 and Syntact comfortably? What a great freaking question. Would I? Yeah, I would. Absolutely. The thing that would happen for me in that situation is that I'd be forced to use all these really old tricks that are just not as effective as the Octatrack. But like I said, the Octatrack is really just helping me enjoy my performances because I'm able to do these transition tricks and stuff like that. But I would have to do these like really basic transition tricks that the Digitakt and the Syntact provide. Albeit some of them, like sometimes I lean too hard on here and I miss out on some of the action that comes from being just like tweaking filter cutoffs and decay amounts and adding reverb and delay and doing some control type stuff. Like I've kind of like gone away from that because I have so much here to explore and I'm just constantly having fun with these like these larger effects that you cannot do at all here on these two devices. So yes, I could. The music will still play. The patterns are still there, so nothing would change. But the performances would be not as good. They wouldn't be as exciting. There wouldn't be these 8-bar huge sweeping buildups and stuff like that. Yeah. But that was a really good question. You picked up a Korg drum log for $300? Yeah, they're going for real cheap right now. It's a... You know, I did like a full tutorial video for Patchworks, I think a year and a half ago, on the Korg drum log. It had some really great sounds. People want to, like, I feel like there's this spot when it comes to sequencers where people are trying to find new ways to sequence, new ways to present their sequencer because everybody wants their own unique workflow for sequencers on boxes. And the Electron sequencer isn't like really unique to Electron. It's a pretty standard sequence. It's a tracker sequencer that has more effects lanes than your basic tracker, right? It's just scrolling through it linearly, you know, through sequences, and then triggering trigs with certain trig lengths, and then it does have some trig conditions, stuff like that. But really what's special about it is that it locks stuff into the sequencer at any location, like what you could do on your computer, but you don't do on your computer, because most people don't trig lock as much stuff as they do on the Electron workflow. But the drum log has its own way of doing sequencing, and Roland has their own way of doing, or Korg has their own way, and Roland has their own way of doing sequencing. But if everybody kind of just adopted the Electron sequencer, all these companies would do a lot better. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing as the Electron sequencer, but just let us hold a step and turn a knob. It's so intuitive. It's not like it's not crazy. It just works. It just does what it does. And it makes sense. Like every sequencer should do it. The Push 3 is starting to do that, or the Push 3 can do that for a lot of its tracks at this point, but not all of them. But just every company just do it. Just get it over with. It works. You know, they don't have a patent on push and turn. Like, come on. All sequencers rule. Thank you for unknowingly getting me into the Octrack and making it easier to work with. You and a couple other YouTubers are really doing this beast and new users a huge favor. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oxy's a lot of fun, I heard. I love hat packs. Okay, so yes. And Ron makes a good point. All sequencers rule. Yes, they all sequencer gear, so they do all rule, and we love that because sequencers make it so we can do other things while the sequence is playing. We can play other instruments, so it's dope. There are some sequencers that do a good job of like stepping out of the parameter turn push lock situation. Oxy has some cool stuff in it that does that with its stochastic sequencer. I think that's how you'd say it. Stochastic, whatever. It has that cool sequencer mode. Torso T1. That's the one that's always caught my attention, was the Torso. I think there's something about it that's just really simple and intuitive. There's not much to it. It's just this little, it's like that big. It's really solid feeling. It's got a bunch of knobs on it. It doesn't do that much, but it does a lot, but it doesn't overwhelm your senses by trying to play with it. And like the Hatpacks is a super sequencer. It's just millions of buttons on it. The Deluge is another super sequencer. You know what I mean? The Electron style sequencer is implemented best in the Electron boxes, even though they didn't invent it. I think Joe Mox did parameter locks first. That's news to me. I don't know much about what Joe Mox did. But in my opinion, maybe Joe Mox did, I don't know. But in my opinion, who invented it was whoever made the very first tracker. I don't know who did that. I don't know the first tracker, but I know that trackers are older than Joe Mox. So I don't know. Maybe Joe Mox invented the physical button hold down turn a knob thing, but trackers, in my opinion, invented the value, note value, and effect value. Right? True? Okay, well, I'm glad we agree. Wonderful weather we are having. You're right. It is really, really nice. It is 88 degrees out here in Washington. Fortunately, it's not 88 degrees in my studio right now, which is crazy because it will be. It'll be really hot later. For some reason in the evening, it gets really, really hot in here. Quite uncomfortable. Maybe you should ask elsewhere in this 180 character limited YouTube comment section for your $2,000 Studio Centerpiece acquisition. Not sure what that's referring to. Hey, how's it going? Wonderful weather. Oh, I just read that. Damn it. Polyend have some neat sequencing approaches. True. Another great observation here. That's actually a really good point. And I was looking at the Polyend Play. I believe is what you're really talking about, right? The Polyend Play. And they shouldn't have discontinued the Polyend Seek, that big, huge modular MIDI sequencer, modular sequencer. It has a companion module that goes into your modular system. That thing was gorgeous, and people were making really cool music with it. I don't know why they discontinued it. In my opinion, it's one of the best things Polyend ever made was that sequencer. I loved it. It was so inviting. You wanted to play on it. That huge linear row is just beautiful to look at. The lights were really nice. They really should bring it back. They should just make us like a Polyend Seek V2 and release it, and I think it would sell. And I think I would use it with my modular system. Yeah, the Play and the Play Plus. I'm actually a big fan of the Play and Play Plus. I really like it. The sound quality on the Play and the Tracker Plus, like the synthesizers and stuff that they have in it, and the 48, I think it's 4816 they use, or 4824 for their sample and bitrate, is pretty high compared to a lot of other devices, and it sounds really good. Like, as soon as you get into 4824, I don't think anything above 4824 even matters, at least to my ears, but 4416, I can tell the difference between 4824 and 4416. It's a stupid thing that I can. Like, it's not doing me too many favors. In fact, it frustrates me because I'll play on something that's 4824 and then I just want to stay there, even though maybe the 4416 device has got a better workflow, but the 4824 device will pull me in, right? Because it just sounds good, I would love a sequencer that was more flexible with time, that drags and feels more natural. I keep wanting to make music like that with Author and Punisher. So that's how the Deluge sequences and how the the play sequences, you can push down and then press another key and it will create a gate length like that, which I think kind of like falls into that push and drag kind of idea. And so does the play or the push 3. Maybe that's what you meant, I'm not sure. But that feels natural to me too, where I see that and I just want to go play from here to here, and I can, I can visually tell the amount of time in the sequencer grid. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of devices like that. Push 3, Deluge, and the Play. The Play and Play Plus have that exact workflow. It's very intuitive for time. Time, that is. What about analog sequencer like the Soma ornament? Yeah, that's like... Yeah. I love Soma stuff. Those sequencers are just like... I don't want to have that much prep. I don't know. That's like the same thing with the Soma, the Pulsar by Soma, the Pulsar 23, the banana clips and stuff. It's so messy. I have a hard time with that. The sounds that come out of it are really cool, but the whole messiness of the exploration kind of turns me off a little bit. But I just love the sound that they do, and I love their solid builds and stuff. But that one device is just, for the price, it was too much for me. I've spent more on stuff that surely sucked, and that thing is awesome, but it does look insane. And I would want one. I just, I couldn't fork out the money for something that's going to possibly drive me insane. What's your experience with the Erica Synth Percons? I've done some video content on the Percons, again with Patchworks, so I got to play with it quite a bit during that process. So it was like I had spent a whole day for hours and hours and hours learning it, like full on learning every feature. And I have to say that thing is awesome. Percons is absolutely worth the money. That's a really fun device. I would love to have a Percons. If it wasn't, this freaking big, because it's huge, and it's like I only have so much desk space, and I need to work on my desk. So things come and go. This stuff is permanent, right? This stuff doesn't go anywhere, so this is always here. Whatever happens on this side of it can be anything I want. Like, it can be my modular case, it can be the push, it could be, whatever, another synthesizer, little palette case of something, a play tracker, something, whatever. But it's going to go here. This stuff is always going to stay here. So that's been my problem with like the Percons, besides its price tag. The Erica Synth stuff is pretty pricey. Teletype, Teletype really sucked me in at one point, where I was like, I really wanted to get in on Teletype and like learn that whole workflow. I had an ER301 for a while, which I know is not anything related, but they're the same sphere of thought. Because you could, could you connect them together with underneath the panel? I thought you could. Well, anyway, with what is it, I2C? Am I blanking on that? That's called. Anyway, I wanted to learn the Teletype. I liked the idea behind it, but it seemed really tough to just wrap my head around, considering going from like button presses to coding up, stuff like that. And I think it's all done in Lua, which I have no familiarity with, and so is the ER301. The ER301 also uses Lua, and I never was able to make anything other than what I made on the ER301. I didn't make like Lua modules that you could put into the 301, which is something I really did want to explore, but I2C, yeah. But also just over my head. I mean, I can't learn everything. As much as I want to learn every device that's out there, I can't learn them all. And when I start to like, when I run into something isn't intuitive nowadays, and I run into like some sort of roadblock, and I already know some other devices can do things really well, I'll just kind of just say, no. Just like very quickly. I just go, no. I'm not diving into that. I don't want to use it because I'm already good at this stuff. I already know this stuff really well. And you don't want to spread yourself too thin. So for me, the stuff that I know really well would be a couple of my modular sequencers, like my NerdSeq, all the Electron gear. I know, if like, I don't know, I consider it like I'm at new game +7 on Electron. That's where I'm at with like understanding the Electron workflow and all that kind of stuff. And then Another one would be like where I feel like I'm really getting to a mastery level in terms of understanding how it functions would be the M8 tracker. That's the one that I feel very strongly about that. I know a lot. I know all the commands really well and a lot of tricks that you can do with that at this point. But I'm very much lacking in the polyend department now because I haven't played with it as much. Partly because I got the push 3 and I was like, I needed to learn push 3, so I had to put something down to stop playing with it. And so I stopped playing with the polyend stuff for a little bit. But I'm feeling, I pulled it out, it's on the table. I'm feeling like playing with the polyend stuff. I also know the Deluge really well. That's another device that I know really well. I don't even own one, but I know it really well because I had it for a long time when they first came out. And now it has all these new firmware, so maybe I don't know shit anymore. But I did at one point. Those were the ones that like attract me. But as soon as there's some sort of workflow that I butt up against, like the Roland stuff, I butt up against their workflow. Like I just don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like the way they implemented their workflow. And as soon as I love the sounds, but I butt up against their workflow and I just say no. I put it away. You know, even just like their remake of the TB-03 isn't intuitive at all. It's just not intuitive at all. It's got a great sound and like I just play with this one section on it, right? I'm just hanging out right here and doing MIDI. If they just release the box with just this, just a voice with the MIDI input, I would buy like 10 of them just to support them to continue to do that project. But everything else about it is whack. Like it's a wacky idea. It was a wacky idea when it came out. I know they had limited, resources compared to what we have now, but like it sucks. Programming it sucks. And even their like remake of how to program it sucks. It's just better with MIDI. Roll workflows hostile. Yes. For sure. But I do, yeah, Circo. What's up, Circo? What's up, dude? Love the Percons. I do wish I had a Percons. Okay. This stream is sponsored by DistroKid. That's really important that we acknowledge that. DistroKid, we love you. Just quickly, I'm gonna do my sponsorship with them, and this is actually, trust me, you're gonna like this. This isn't a crappy commercial, okay? This is a cool commercial for DistroKid. Let me see, where did it go? Where did my little scene go? Here we go. Check this out. This is funny. This is DistroKid's music analysis AI bot, okay? And we're gonna do some music analysis with this funny AI bot. Look at the cute little graphic of music that you made and shared with me. So this is actually, we're going to do tracks from compilations that we did on the Discord and see what this analysis AI bot has to say. So let's check it out. Let's try the new we just did a compilation on the EZBOT Discord called Beat Blitz. Let's try Suzuki since my mouse is hovering over it. Dave is listening to our track. Please wait. Bam! Oh my goodness. Suzuki is 4 minutes and 14 seconds long. It's in the key of G minor. I bet, well, I'm not going to presume that the artist who made Suzuki doesn't know their key, but a lot of people aren't even paying attention to what key they're working in. They're just making tunes, and if it sounds good, it sounds good. They're in G minor. Time signature is 4 beats per minute. Loudness levels minus 9.49 dB. So that must be its maximum threshold, which seems odd because it was mastered. So maybe the AI bot's wrong because it was mastered to about -1, I think. And the tempo is 83. The tempo is not 83. So this thing is not. That's a bummer that this analysis is so off on the tempo. The tempo is double that. The tempo is at least 160. This is a drum and bass compilation. Acousticness, 0 acoustic instruments. Danceability, 42. Pretty high on the danceability. Instrumentals, 57. Track is energetic. I would say so. Let's try another one. That was funny. It's funny they got the tempo wrong. All right, let's try another one. Timothy Treadwell. Analysis. What do you got to say? It got the BPM right. 165. Timothy Treadwell's 4 minutes. Exactly. Nice work, artist. Key of B flat minor. Not one people use often, I guess. Maybe for drum and bass. Usually it's what? A minor, C major, or G minor? Loudness is, again, minus 9.74. Definitely got the tempo right, so that's cool. 0, danceability, 53%. You got a higher danceability score. 2%? It's probably very energetic. Cool. Valence. I don't know what that means. Vibe is happy, or I guess that's the mood. Euphoric, cheerful. All right, let's do one more and we'll stop doing this. Another beat blitz. Let's try this one. Zing the streams. 126 BPM. That doesn't seem right because it is or maybe it was though. I'd have to listen to it. 3 minutes, 52 seconds. C sharp major. 3 beats per measure. I have to listen to this track to see if that's true. It's in 3/4. That'd be cool. Likely instrumental. Track is energetic. Liveliness. It's a happy, cheerful, euphoric track. All right, that's the BeatBot. Dave, analysis AI bot from DistroKid. Just fun. I don't know. That was fun to me. DistroKid does a lot of great stuff. This is an music distribution platform, and you can do splits and stuff. You can collaborate with other artists and do cool stuff like that. It makes it really easy for you to like do the money side of that, so you don't have to have a conversation with like collab artists. You can say 40% goes to this artist, 60% goes to you, or whatever, however much, you know, work that artist did versus what you did, and you guys can work that out, and it will just take care of the distribution for you. I think stuff like that is really cool. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. All right, some people tune out during the ads, and they're like, I'm out of here. I'm not watching an ad during my YouTube TV. You shouldn't, because we just did AI bot. Loudness is 9 Inch Nails. I hope somebody who was a part of this vibe is Ricky Tinez. What's up, Ricky? Yo, 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 yo. I like that you showed up just during the commercial side of things. My dude. We got to get our sponsorships in. How are we going to buy groceries? You know what I mean? I got to be able to get my dog. You know what we do for my dog? Let me tell you what we do for my dog. My dog does not eat dog food. My dog eats beef. I'm a pescatarian. I eat fish and vegetables, and that's it. I don't eat meat outside of fish or squid or octopus. But I don't eat those either. But my dog does. My dog eats beef. And so we go to Costco and we buy these giant things of beef and we cook up all the beef, and it makes a lot of fat. And then we cook up rice because my dog won't eat kibble, and any kibble that I've bought my dog makes my dog sick. So this is this process that we have to go through like every week and a half, every 2 weeks. It's such a pain in the ass. And it does always smell good because, I mean, meat still smells good to me, but what are you going to do? Ricky's gone. I don't know if Ricky's gone or not. Come back, Ricky. Ricky the Electron Lord. Our Electron Overlord. Roast beef. Always wanted that as an option, but it's not amazing. Any other good option? I ain't gone? Okay, all right, what's up? Thanks for hanging out, homie. Long time no chat. Long time no talk. Life's been busy. Life has been busy. We got a baby on the way. Isn't that crazy? Got a baby on the way. A little easy babe. Easy tot. Easy tot. Just came up with that. You can't have it. Copyright strike you. Yeah. It is a dog problem. Doggone it. Gemma is spoiled. This thing really does keep your drinks cold. All right. Let's revisit this beautiful sound that we got going. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna resample it. with the vocals. Let's resample. Let's go into our sampler, set it to the mains. We're not using the syntax for anything so far. This is all Digitakt 2 today. Digitakt 2 all day. And we're using my Prophet 5 sample pack. Check us out. I even made a little ad for it. Tell me what you think of my graphic. Ta-da! Micro Prophet, I call it. Look at this beautiful graphic I made. I'm a graphic designer now. I'm a Photoshop wizard. Isn't that amazing? Okay, anyway, back to this. Let's do the resample. So if you want to get the Prophet 5 sample pack, it's on coffee.com where you can get the templates and stuff like that. And it's on Patreon, of course. So we're going to resample the mains. So let's go here. I do like that the way Electron implemented this. Push down the encoder, far right, samples inputs left and right. Push down the encoder, far left, samples main outs left and right. Very useful. Let's grab 128 steps. We'll use the arm, and that's fine. This should be fine. We could. Oh, that's. Is it because of this microphone? What triggered that? Let's set the threshold a little higher. Yeah, I didn't even know that. We're sharing the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Am I right? Am I right? That was I literally could just picture your face when I said that. It was like, just the Ricky outro is too good. All right, let's do our resample. Do we want the resample? We can't have the 303 in the resample because that's going through the syntax, so let's not worry about that. Damn it. Okay. Check this out, Ricky. These tracks, these are from the Prophet 5 in my studio, and I made sample chains of them. It was an arduous process, but they sound good. So those synth sounds, those are Prophet 5 sample chains. Turned out really sick. Okay. So it's something I was thinking about earlier. Maybe you know, Ricky, if you're still here, maybe you know the answer to this question. If I have the amp level at 0 and the track level at 127, will it be unity gain? Will this sample be a unity gain? That's what I want to know. We're gonna find out right now. We're gonna test it, but maybe Ricky already knows. So we'll save this and call it a resample. Resample auto. Let's call it resample shift or something, since we used the Auo-Shift feature from the push 3. And we'll use the resample shift. It's got all the drums and everything on the next track. So we won't assign it to anything. We'll just go copy this pattern, go to this one, paste that pattern. And now this track's got nothing. And we'll go to 16. Make this a one shot. Actually, we could let's make it a one shot. No, we're not gonna make it a one shot. We're using the grid. We're gonna slice this, sample it. Go to B. The one thing that Electron needs to do this before, I could hold function and press up and down, and it would move in these like fast groups. It's not doing that anymore. So I keep pressing function, but it's not doing what I want it to do. It does here, but it doesn't there. I want it to do it there. Let's see. Okay. I have Ricky's attention for 2 seconds and I try and abuse it. Okay, resample shift. Okay. Put this down. Wait. 128. Function yes. Yeah. Click down the level select knob and turn. Wait, whoa. What is happening? Click down the level select knob and turn? For what? Is that at Unity? That's what I want to know. Is it? I can't tell. We don't need this to have any release, like at all. Okay, let's chop this up. Ugh. The heck? Why is that not playing? Why isn't it playing the length of 4 slices? Is that not working? What's going on here? Does my trig length have to match that? It does. Okay. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's at unity. Yeah, that's definitely louder. So we gotta try and match it somehow. Maybe we need the volume and the track level to be the same. Yeah! We did it. We found out unity. Okay, so this is unity for a resample. Your amp volume and your track level have to be at 127, and then it's unity from a resample. Check it. There we go. Okay, let's mess with this now. This is gonna be cool. Yeah, let's just put it on every one. Ah. Okay. I guess we can just go. Okay, what I want to do is find the ones with kicks. So I forget I can do this. This is how you select pages now. Isn't that awesome? My God. The amount of stuff they crammed into Digitakt 2 in terms of workflow improvements is out of control. It's so much. There's so much to take on. Like I need to play on my Digitakt more. I haven't been as much because I've been playing on the M8 so much lately. Let's see. Oh, that's a nice slice right there. That's just a nice one. What if we set it to oops, that's too low. Okay. We gotta cycle at a page at a time. Wait a second. Uncycle. Whoa, I really like that. That's nice. What if we kind of center it all around that idea? On the downbeat. Not on the downbeat. Kind of just keep that as this like centerpiece. Yeah, that's the spot. That short reverb is so sick. Yeah. Whoa. I like where this is going. The whole resample workflow is just the coolest, and now that we know what Unity is, we can kind of do whatever we want. Where were we? On 8? Kinda cool. Weird, but cool. let's just kind of like hear how it sounds so far. It's getting pretty wacky. I feel like this is going to take a long time. Later, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you, Ricky. Actually, that's probably going to be the end of the stream for me as well, because it has been over 2 hours of us just playing around and tinkering with Auo-Shift on the Push 3, doing some cool stuff on Digitakt 2, and playing with the Prophet 5 sample pack that I have now available on Patreon and on Coffee if you want to check it out. Which I highly recommend you do, especially if you're on the Patreon. It's free. Just snag it, download it, put it on your Digitakt 2, put it on your Octatrack, put it on your M8, put it on your Polyand tracker. It's designed for all those devices to give you high fidelity samples at different octave ranges. And that's the whole point of it, was to be used on devices that have slices. That's why I made the whole thing. In fact, I wasn't even going to give the one-shots that I made with the pack, but why not, right? Why not have all those one-shots? So check it out. My name's Matthew, aka EZBOT, and you can find me here on YouTube every Tuesday doing these live streams, and sometimes on Fridays as well. We usually talk about Electron stuff, but not just Electron, M8 Tracker, Polyand Tracker, Push 3, sometimes Bitwig, Orca Live Coding, all sorts of cool stuff. If you're interested in that, you can visit patreon.com/EZBOT, and that's where you can really support this channel. Otherwise, you can just leave a nice comment and a like on the video if you want. It kind of pushes it in the algorithm, and maybe other people will come in and harass me or something like that, which is always awesome to have. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I appreciate you, Johnny Hash. I appreciate all of you. You're wonderful. Everybody have a great summer day. And again, oh wait, we got to talk about one more thing. Sorry. Upcoming shows. There's shows coming up. Modbang. These are the shows that I put on. I don't put on the Portland one. That's put on by Blake's, who's playing here for the Seattle Modbang show. He's playing, but Blake's puts on the Modbang event in Portland. We're kicking that off this month. I'm going to go and play a show at the Synth Library in Portland with Production Unit 0, Acurian, and Anna Sitko at 7 p.m. $10, pay what you can. Come on down, check it out. I'll be in Portland, which will be awesome. And then also after that, you can find me hanging out at the show, at the Modbang show here on the 4Bs. It's a free show with live visuals by Magic Eye and Ben Alcaroth, and that's got Blake's, Hair Shield, Normal Corey, and Snowden playing, which is going to be a really great show. So come on down, check that out, support your live hardware electronic music events. That's what these are. No computers allowed. These are strictly hardware music events. I invite you to come on and hang out. Please go to the shows. We'd love to meet you and love to have you play. If you want to play the shows, email me at mod@modbank.com. You want to get some risers or template overlays and magnetic stuff for your Octatrack? Modbank.com. Anyway, enough ads from me. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on Friday, I think. Peace.